we got to head her on back to the focus. I know some of you are starting to say you need some more water. Didn't bring enough. A little bit of snacks you brought, you done gobbled up. So it's that time to head her back on up the ridge. And it ain't gonna be as easy of a walk as it was coming down. So hey, those of you who don't feel you're up to it, and I wish I had thought about it, you go on over, just follow this Riverwalk around to the picnic area, and they've got some bathrooms over there in case you're needing them, and hang out for a bit. Y'all chat between yourselves, enjoy the sounds of nature, you know, look around, see what you can see, and I'll head her on up to the focus, and I'll drive around and pick y'all up. Now those of you who want to trek with me, come on along. We're gonna head her back on up. And I'm sure along the way, the old man, he may huff and puff a little bit. Of course, that's what this is all about today. Shaking that winter weight off. You know, where I was just sitting more than I was doing, and getting back to where I can be doing more than sitting. So here we go. Yep. We're gonna head her back up. We're heading back in to the jungle. Listen carefully. You may hear many wild animals. Do not stray from the trail. There is talk of the possibility of Bigfoot hanging out in this area too. Native Americans, they had their legends too. In fact, I really wasn't paying attention as I walked down. There's actually a lot of tulip poplar along this ridge. Now that I'm paying attention, you know, that's what happens when you bring along a pile of your family and friends. You enjoy the company, the conversation. And you might not notice your first pass through everything of interest. And I've been sort of keeping a keen eye out for mushrooms. Even though this is a public area, I wouldn't take them. Just like I wouldn't take them in any of our forever wild areas. First, it's against the law. But if I saw some here, it would tell me there might be some in the big woods too. But I haven't seen any. I should have brought Spooky along. He's better than a pig. He can find mushrooms too. You heard him tell me he could. He's a multi-talented kitty. Accountant, financial advisor. Yeah. Mentor. He got it going on. I even noticed some wild pecans. Right there's one. There surely is. Look at that. And you thought I was telling y'all wrong. Yeah, Alabama got wild pecans. We surely do. That's just a young one. I thought I saw some out here among the hickories and oaks. We also got black walnuts. Whew, takes some work to get those black walnuts. But they are yummy. Yep, and the camera won't show you the grade. But we're starting to have to lean a little bit. Lean into it. Of course, the humidity being 100% isn't helping. You know, that's why they tell you, if you got respiratory problems, you need to go out to the desert. The dry air, supposedly they say, is better for you. Maybe so. But we making it. Getting my heart rate up, that's a good thing. Now I've heard run's even better, but yeah, to me, that's just hard on our old knees. Not to mention our hips. You know, walking, start out. And if you want to do a fast walk, yeah, work your way up to it. I've even seen people do that heel toe. I'm just walking. Well, I'm sure the youngins are saying, well, I could run right up there. I'd already be at the car, drinking soda. Yeah, I had those days too. You know, back in my day. I'm noticing a lot of shortcuts. See, there's a little shortcut. The trails on that next ridge step will bend around. Some people cheat. Because we're coming to the old shed, shack, house, and that. We might come down here one time and investigate. Who knows? During the winter, when the snakes aren't so active, because they are awake now, laying their eggs. And Lord, you don't want to step on a nest. There's some rhododendron. It too grows wild all along the southern coast, as well as the eastern seaboard. You know, South Carolina, North Carolina, I've seen it up there too. Woo. It's about to get serious steep. See, you can see the sunlight up there. That's where we're heading. Of course, they had the forethought to put a rest station right here. They're probably thinking for us old folk, well, I think we'll catch a breather right here, if you don't mind. I'm not proud. And like I say, now that I know what I'm looking at, because I noticed, I can see those tulip poplar seed things all over right here in front of me. Yep. Surely I can. And this is what they look like before they turn brown. That light green with what looks like wings. You know that orange right there? Sort of reminds me of the phoenix. Yep. Yeah, there you go. I try to teach you something or learn you on every video. And there's actually what's left of one of the tulip poplar flowers. Yeah. Right there. Did you know that back in the frontier times of America, and even before that, when the Europeans were exploring all over North America, the tulip poplar was prized for one thing, because it's straight, close-grained wood. It made excellent ship masts. Yeah, you can look that up. And they'd actually cut them down and use them in shipbuilding right here to return home to different countries in Europe, or they'd load them up and tote them back with them. Surely they did. Just a little fun fact of history there while we were taking a breather. Well, it's sunny here, so that sun's beating down on me, and it's humid as, you know, HE, you know. Whew. With that sun beating down this particular area, it's just steaming off what's left of the rain. Makes it all more humid right here. You know, I'm starting to get a little bit, you know, damp, as they'd say. Most of us say sweaty. Not from sitting. When it's 100% humid, low 80s, it don't take much exertion for your body to be sweating out all those things, whew, from the winter time. We're back going. I see some others. They're probably gonna head on down here too for a nice walk. Ooh, we're gonna have to lean a little bit further in, folks, because we heading up the major grade now. You can see the moss all growing on the side of the asphalt on the trail. That tells you it stays humid and moist in this forest pretty much year round. I like the way they did this, you know, curving it on the different ridge steps, making it like a switchback. It would definitely be brutal if it was a straight shot. Oh, well, I can see the end. I bet y'all can too. Come on, y'all. You down below that last curve. I ain't waiting on you. I'm gonna get up the focus weight on you, okay? Take your time. You'll be okay. Don't get in a rush. No sense panicking. I'm not going nowhere without y'all. Whew. You know, that's just right. You've actually walked it with me in real time, pretty much. So not sure how long the video will be. That ain't what it's about. Is this documenting the walk in the springtime on May the 1st, 2022. So I can go back and remember it, and others can too. Like my son, my daughter, my grandson, friends and family, yeah. Ooh. Here we are. And you can see bright sunshine. We made it. And there's the focus. Right there. And there's another focus. Right there. Well, I'm gonna get out my water and everything. I got some extra water in the trunk, and we'll chat some more before we head on back to the home place. Oh, well, we're back in the focus. I got my water. I got some more in the trunk in the back seat for y'all, and up here on the front floorboards. And as you can hear, we got that air conditioning blowing. Oh, pretty much wide open. Which makes me wonder, and I can remember before air conditioning, I'm sure many of you can too, how in the world did we do it and survive? I had a good friend of mine, we were talking about that last night. Yeah, or the night before, can't remember when, you know, but I remember when we got the first air conditioning in our mobile home. It was in, I think, 1967. Yep. And the first time we ever got it in the car was 1964, and Dad used his bonus money to buy a brand new Chevy. Yep. Oh yeah, and it had air. Had one of those little igloo stickers on the window. He was so proud. He only ran it, you know, when we would go out family drives. This is his only way to impress anybody. Other than that, we was pretty much popo. Well, now we've had a couple of slugs of water, and that's time to head her on. But I think before we do, we'll go down here and check out the guest house. Now, the city of Talsi no longer owns it. Well, we'll try to go, okay? If the old focus will pull on up this hill. I told you it was steep. Here's the entrance, and we've been here before. Briefly. And it was owned by the city, and you could rent it for those special occasions. You know, receptions, anniversaries, weddings, but it's now been sold to a private party. And supposedly they are renovating it. Supposedly. I wish, of course, I didn't buy it, so I don't got no say in it. I wish it'd sort of been left alone, you know, for historical preservation. But it wasn't. Maybe one day, if I can find out who currently owns it, I sort of kind of know. See if we can come up here and get on in and take a gander at it. Of course, it won't be nothing like it once was back in its heyday. I mean, this place was considered really special for, you know, those elites, power brokers, back when cotton was king. And yes, you are looking at a cedar shake roof. And every part of this here guest house, if I remember right, it's got 7 bedrooms. But you can look it up online. I may be wrong. Every part of it was built by the carpenters and craftsmen of Mount Vernon Mills from native materials, that is, i.e. the wood, the beams, the stone, everything. Even to the river creek they made to hold it all, the stone together. Right here from the Tallapoosa River Valley. Amazing what they could build. No power tools, no nail guns. Of course, you can see it needs some tender loving work. Maybe somebody will come along that's all about historical preservation and wants to do something. Leave it behind, sort of as a marker that they were here. Will come along and spend some of their money right here, preserving something of the past. If I had it, I'd do it, but I don't. At least they keep, you know, a little bit of the grounds mowed. You know, in fact, actually, if I remember correctly, some of that land that the Riverwalk and Nature Trail goes through and along used to be part of the land that went along with the guest house at some point in time. But these are all mill houses throughout here. Some are single family and some are duplexes. And I could drive you around through the different mill villages and that. And here again, all these homes were basically built from native materials. Yes, they were. By people from the mill. And there's a duplex right there on the left. Many of these are single family homes. They even had ones that were built like boarding homes, you know, for single people, both male and female. Well, we're back out here to Gilmer. We're gonna head her on back the back way. Surely we are. No, we ain't stopping at Jack's. It's the first of the month. The mad money's all gone. We got to see how this month, May, all turns out. And it's just one of those months where car insurance is due, car tags is due, driver's license is due, Lord, you know, and then there's the regular monthly bills. So this is one of those times when, you know, you got to be thankful you put things back. Like all that rice and beans, most of you think, well, I hope I never have to use them. Well, hey, you'll be seeing an old man use some up this month. And I don't mind. Now I can make a fine pot of beans. I got cooking videos on those. Yep. In fact, I made a playlist. You can find it on my channel. You know, you go to my home channel page, click on playlist, and there it is. Cooking with Mr. Tom in the Country Kitchen, I believe. And you don't got to let them all run, but you can run down through there. That's what's so cool about a playlist. You can just scroll down through as the first one's playing. Of course, you don't want to listen to it, you just pause it. And you can find one of interest. Like how to dehydrate potatoes so they're beautiful. What to do with your old beans. You know, how to steam your eggs instead of boiling so they'll just peel so easy. Ooh, and they do. And they're just so slick and pretty. You'd think you was having deviled eggs at the Wardrobe Astoria. Yep. You know, right up there in New York City. We ain't even gonna stop at Hardee's. And I'm sorry, I already hear some of you asking for Dairy Queen, Dairy Queen. No. What part of the first of the month did y'all not hear? You know how it is in real life. Yeah. We ain't working no more. It ain't like we can say, well, you know, we'll just work some overtime to cover it. No, those days are over. And Lord knows I ain't becoming no wealthy man here on YouTube. Yeah, somebody challenges that, I'll just show you. I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, you got both sides of the aisle there on YouTube. You got some that just think, you know, YouTubers make a pile of money. Then you got, and some do. If your channel blows up, oh man, you can make a nice living. There ain't no doubt. Just look at all the nice stuff these people can buy. But, you know, for the littler channels, you know, it's just extra money. It's sort of like a side gig, but I don't do it for the money. It's nice to get some to help out with the kitty crew. And none of y'all need to send none. No matter what Spooky says, you know. I'm telling him all the time, I catch him on the computer sending out emails. He gonna get swatted. I'm just saying. It'd just be enough to hurt his feelings, not hurt him physically, you know what I'm saying. Woo, I mean, it's beautiful. It's bright green. Have you ever noticed after a rain how green it gets? You know, there's actually some science in that. And you can look it up. I did. Many a moon ago. In what they call the library. Yeah. You know, where they got those things called books. Yeah, that's back before the internet. You know, ancient times. Anyway. There's nitrogen in our atmosphere. Yeah. In fact, the majority of our atmosphere is what? Nitrogen. And when it rains, some of that nitrogen is dissolved into the rainwater. Yeah, I didn't know that years ago. Did you? And then it comes down, soaks into the ground. The plants soak it up through their pores, similar to foliar feeding that I've talked to you all about in the gardening videos, which I know all of y'all want me to do garden. I'm going to do a little bit. That gets back to got way too much food on hand. Got to work through it. We'll do some few tomatoes, couple peppers. I'm thinking some cucumbers. You know, I'm hoping to do some of that next week. And we are now on Upper River Road. And part of the reason I took this way home, well, it's one of my favorite ways. You can see all that there privet out there on the right blooming. Yeah. That's got the old nose stuff, all stuffed up. Yep. Scratchy throat. It's brutal. There is the cemetery. Right there. what I was speaking of when we were down there on the Riverwalk. Yeah, it's been a long time. And there is some really, really old gravestones there. There surely is. That side there on the right being the oldest section. The one on the left being for the newcomers. Well, I remember when there was hardly nobody out there. In fact, I'm thinking when I first came here, that was just a field. Yep. But we're descending down, you know, down by the lake. You can see it up ahead. And you can see that little red brick rancher built on one of my favorite spots where I enjoyed with my children many years ago. Here's the Clip-Clop Bridge. Yep, Graveyard Creek Bridge. And you can see the Riverwalk out to the right. And there's another man out there enjoying it. Yeah. Now we didn't speed along it to get the clippity-clop going. We took our time. And we're gonna climb on up out of here, just like you and I and all of us that are now, you know, getting our breathing back to normal here in the Pocus. Had it going on as we trudged up the ridge sides, you know, with each step. Ooh, look at those beautiful flowers. And those are native too. Native wildflowers. Got it going on. And we're heading on back into the center of Old Town, which I hope before I pass it just sort of has a rebirth. So far, not so much. Yep, about a multi-millionaire, maybe I can make that happen. But I think that would be a good thing to do with your money. Leave something behind for prosperity, to let those that will come after you enjoy. Just my thought. Some rich folk do it. You know, they have them foundations, all that kind of thing. Nature conservatories, and yeah, that's a good thing. And there's the dam and Benjamin Fitzpatrick Bridge, and we're heading back across to the east side. Got those puffy white clouds up in the sky. Some stratus even higher up. You know, we were taught all about those clouds back in our school days. I wonder if they do that now. I'm thinking not so much. Unless you take science. You know, now you can pick and choose what you take in high school. Somehow I don't think that's such a good idea. Yep. It doesn't seem that it's turned out all too well. Now I gotta get my flag out. Put it back up on the front porch. I gotta do a little mending to her. Yep, she's getting old. And one day, I'll have to lay her to rest too. But did you know there's a proper way to do that? No, you just don't wad it all up and chunk it in the trash, folks. Yeah, they taught us that too in school. It's called the flag code. Y'all remember that? They don't teach that anymore. I know that for a fact. Well, maybe they do in some schools, private, church schools, and maybe in some states they still do. I don't know, so I'm talking out of turn. Now I got a whole line of cars, trucks behind me. Of course, you know the old man don't get in a hurry no more. I do the speed limit. And they're all chomping at the bit, you know, probably wanting to do 55, 60 through here. Yeah, when I was sometimes late for work, I'd want to do that too. But I would try not to. They don't play no more with those speeding tickets. They're expensive. And you just can't get unlimited ones where they yank your license anymore. We'll go down here and check what Valero's gas price is before we head her on into the house. Well, I'm thinking it says $3.99. So it had come down from $4.09 where they were at for the longest. $3.99. I'm sure by Monday they'll be back over $4. You can see that there privet all in bloom. That's the white you see it out there along the roadside. Well, here we head her on back in the neighborhood. And tomorrow we'll be back at it out in the yard. We got some clearing around some trees to do, some weed whacking to do, more to do at the back of the house. Yep. Got a couple of burn piles to get gone this week. And then we're going to be taking down some more brush and smaller trees that are, you know, impeding me getting to my shop. And you can see the church here. They've been hard at it too. And I can see, like always, people just throw garbage out in the old man's yard. People are just lazy, ain't they? They don't want to catch them doing it. I'm liable to throw it back. Just saying. Hey, look at those irises up there blooming. I try to point out all the colorful things like that big red rose bush way up there that we passed when we headed out in the beginning. Oh, I gotta back up. Trying to back in more now. Well, I gotta trim these hollies. They're starting to take up my whole driveway. That'll be a job. I am thinking about taking them all the way down to the ground. They will grow back, but it's getting where they're starting to get all the way out into the driveway. They out in it now about 4 or 5 feet. Yeah, makes it hard to get in there. Well, I'll trim them back and we'll go from there. Well, I hope you enjoyed the nature walk along with the ride to and pro, and you know, along the lakeside there on the Talsi Riverwalk boardwalk. And like I say, if you're in the area, by all means drop in and walk it yourselves. Take some selfies. You tell them Mr. Tom sent you along. And you know, if you get a little thirsty or want a little snack or lunch or dinner, head her on over to Jack's. Yeah. And get you some of that fine Jack's that you've seen many, many times here. Spooky recommends it, and so does Speedy too, as well as Gracie, Lilybit, Cleo, Magoo, Mr. Gray. Sometimes Elrod, and Heathcliff too. Well, let's all pile out, grab all your waters and garbage from your snacks. We'll chat a little bit before we head her on in and call this one done. Well, we're all piled out of the car, and as you can see, it's starting to cloud back up again. Getting mostly cloudy, coming in from the west. And you can see they're starting to gray up too. Yeah, some of them getting a little bit darker gray. Wind's picking up. So I'm thinking, once I go in and check the old radar, we got some more rain heading on in. That's okay. We've had an enjoyable Sunday. Or at least I have. And we'll chat about that a minute or two on the front porch before we head her on in, because, you know, it ain't gonna be too long. I gotta throw something together for dinner. supper. Yeah. Well, I already know what the kitty crew's getting. Some of what I'm eating, yeah, I can't tell you. It's a secret. But maybe if y'all stop by later on, I'll share it with you. You know how I am. Remember to bring treats. Otherwise, you ain't getting past Spooky, Gracie, and Lilibet, especially Lilibet. Whew, she's a little monster. She's like a little bridge troll. Pay up or don't come past. Miss Gray, you just chilling? Guarding the front door, huh? Yeah, Spooky, you were right there as soon as the focus pulled up. Yeah. Get all cleaned up. You're going on camera. Okay? Yeah, I know. As you can see, they're waiting right here, and I'm sure the rest ain't too far away. Well, here we are, back on the front porch. We've lost the sun. Well, I think it's going on 4 in the afternoon. I didn't look. It was about 1 when we took off, a little bit 4. So that'd be about right. Really don't matter. Ain't like we got no place we got to be. And we don't mind eating later anyway. European continental time. I've always ate late. Mainly because of my work schedule. When you work nights, and then you shift to days, just when you're home, it's extremely difficult to get back in that daytime routine just for a day or two. And if you're working the 2 to midnight, when dinner time is. That's going to be around 6 to 8 in the evening. Not 5 to 6 in the early evening. And your body sort of gets accustomed to that. If you work nights, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the ride, along with the nature walk and the Riverwalk. I surely hope you did. I hope I didn't tire you out too much. And I like to say, if you're in the neighborhood, stop on by and check it out for yourself. Bring along some snacks. Good old Bologna sandwich. Yeah, pimento cheese. Just saying. Of course, you can always stop in the Jack's. Right now, they got green tomato burgers and sandwiches. Yeah. Check them out online. And if you try one, let me know what you think. I haven't dared try them yet. Fried green tomatoes on my burger. It sounds interesting, but I don't know. Need a little more of this here wonderful Sam's Choice purified water. Yeah. It's got flavor enhancing minerals. So next time you're at Sam's and you want some fine water with flavor enhancing minerals, don't pass up or don't pass by Sam's Choice purified drinking water. Just say, you heard it here on Mr. Tom's. Yeah, maybe they'll sponsor me. Maybe somebody will sponsor me. Of course, I don't know what I'd do with myself if somebody actually did. But we've had an enjoyable day. Anyway, I got to go on in and get to cooking. I'm sure many of you are already a-cooking, or will be shortly too. I want you to have a blessed Sunday, wherever you may be. Hope you're taking the greatest advantage of Sunday and May Day too. Yep, so until and of course Mr. Gray back there, Spooky, Speedy, Cleo. Yep, Magoo, sometimes Elrod and Heathcliff, Little Gracie, Lilibet. See you on the next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe. May God bless you all as you bless others. Goodbye for now.